Greetings and welcome to the World Numismatic News as we now embark on the first in a new series where we will be taking a look at the various coronation medals of the British monarchs. Beginning with the medals of Queen Anne, who became Queen of England, Ireland and Scotland in the year 1702. The first medal we'll look at here is Queen Anne's Accession Medal, sometimes called the Entirely English Medal, struck to commemorate the inception of her reign as queen. The silver medal depicts Anne on the obverse with the three-quarters portrait, crowned and draped bust. The inscription surrounding her declares her titles in Latin as Anna de Gratia Magna Britannia Francia et Hibernia Regina, which translates as Anne, by the grace of God, Queen of Great Britain, France, and Ireland. Now, remember, at this time, Scotland was considered a part of Great Britain and didn't need to be indicated separately. Also, the French might have something to say about that Queen of France bit, but that was more of a traditional inherited title, referring to a historical claim by the English monarchs to the French throne, dating back to the Norman conquest of England in the 11th century. The reverse of the medal depicts a heart surmounted by a crown, entangled in a wreath of both laurel and oak branches, resting on a pedestal, upon which reads Atavis Regibus. This Latin phrase translates as something like regal ancestry or the ancestors of kings, something akin to that. This is surrounded by the words entirely English, from which this medal attains its nickname. The words were taken from a speech that Anne gave to Parliament, in which she said,
"As I know myself to be entirely English, I can very sincerely assure you there is not anything you can expect or desire from me which I shall not be ready to do for the happiness and prosperity of England."
The medal was struck in gold and silver, though I have personally never encountered a gold version, so make of that what you will. The silver one is actually fairly attainable though, and not even that expensive in most cases either. In 2023, Stax Bowers sold this example, graded by NGC as AU details with surface hairlines, for the price of $168. Another accession medal that also shares the same obverse design, as it was the same designer, John Croker of Boscombe & Croker, later appointed to the Royal Mint. But the reverse depicts a radiant heart, crowned and surrounded by a chain of hearts within roses, surrounded in turn by the words united by God in love and interest. An example of this piece, struck in copper, was also sold by Stax Bowers in 2014 for $199.75, though Morton and Eden did sell a silver version of this medal in 2024 for the sum of 420 British pounds, which equates to about 520 US dollars. Now, from there, we can move right along to the actual coronation medal itself. This was minted in copper, silver, and in gold, intended for distribution to those actually present at the coronation itself. The obverse is similar, if not identical, to the two medals already discussed. The reverse, in turn, depicts a very dramatic portrait and has been described as overtly political in nature. It depicts Anne in the form of Minerva, or Pallas Athena, depending on your inclination of interpretation. She is seen valiantly defending the British coastline, in full armor, standing on a rocky shore while brandishing lightning bolts and a Gorgon shield. In the depths, a monstrous two-headed four-armed creature is depicted, representing the dual threats of France and Spain. I believe that Louis XIV and Philip V, respectively, are meant to be represented by the creature's twin heads, wielding rocks and crude wooden clubs, its extremities terminating in poisonous snakes, with the inscription translating as, "She is the Vice-Chancellor of the Thunderer." Subtle this medal is not. The silver and copper versions are still obtainable today with a small amount of effort. In 2020, Stax Bowers sold a silver version auction graded by PCGS as MS63 for $4,800. The gold medal, as you can well imagine, is significantly more sought after. In 2023, an example was sold by Heritage, graded by NGC as MS63 when it attained a closing price at auction of $50,400. Subscribe to WNN, and if you like this, then perhaps you'd like to watch a video about the first pattern coins minted by the US Mint next, right here. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.